Cynthia Asikogu was born into a close-knit Nigerian family that valued education, discipline, and ambition. She grew up in a home where hard work was encouraged, and she carried that mindset into adulthood. As a young woman, Cynthia was intelligent, confident, and driven. After completing her university degree, she continued to pursue further education, taking courses and building the foundation for the business she dreamt of expanding. She also owned a small boutique, which she managed with dedication. People who knew Cynthia described her as warm, respectful, and full of potential. She was the type of person who made plans months ahead, always aiming to improve her life and support her family. Her daily routine reflected her focus. She studied, managed her business, stayed connected with friends, and explored new opportunities. Like many young entrepreneurs, Cynthia used social media to market her boutique, meet new contacts, and look for business connections. It was through social media that she encountered the people who would eventually lure her to her death. The men who contacted her presented themselves as friendly, educated, and interested in helping her expand her business. They chatted with her for weeks, creating an atmosphere of trust. Their messages were polite and professional, giving no indication of their true intentions. Cynthia believed she had found genuine business partners who could help her find affordable goods for her boutique. As time passed, the men suggested meeting in Lagos to discuss business plans and show her potential suppliers. They gave her detailed explanations and reassured her that everything was legitimate. Cynthia, who was always open to new opportunities, decided to travel. She informed people close to her that she was going on a short trip, confident that she was taking a step forward in her entrepreneurial journey. When she arrived at the airport in Lagos, she was met by the men she had been speaking with online. They treated her politely and offered to take her to a hotel where she could rest before their business discussions. Cynthia had no reason to feel unsafe. She followed them to a hotel in Festac town, unaware that everything had been planned in advance for a crime. Once inside the hotel room, the atmosphere changed. Cynthia was offered a drink, which she accepted without suspicion. The drink had been drugged with a strong sedative. Within minutes, she began to feel weak and disoriented, unable to defend herself or understand what was happening. The men tied her up and restrained her, taking full advantage of her helpless state. They robbed her of her belongings, including money, phones, and personal items, but the crime escalated beyond robbery. In her weakened condition, Cynthia could not fight back or escape. The men subjected her to hours of torment. She was isolated, drugged, and trapped, facing a situation she never imagined when she boarded the plane earlier that day. Eventually, the attackers strangled her, ending her life inside the hotel room. Her body was left on the bed as her killers fled the scene, believing they had covered their tracks. When Cynthia did not return home, her family and friends sensed that something was wrong. She was not the type of person to disappear without communication. They attempted to reach her repeatedly, but her phone remained unreachable. Concern grew into panic, and a search began. Her disappearance was reported, and the police began tracing her last known movements. Investigators obtained CCTV footage from the airport and from the hotel, which showed Cynthia arriving with the suspects. Phone records revealed the conversations she had with the men leading up to her trip. The digital evidence created a clear timeline and pointed directly to the individuals responsible. With this information, police were able to identify and arrest the suspects. When questioned, the men confessed to their involvement. Their statements matched the evidence collected at the crime scene, confirming the sequence of events leading to Cynthia's death. The case quickly gained public attention. People across Nigeria followed the story closely, shocked by the brutality and the fact that the crime was planned through social media. The trial began, and the court examined all available evidence. Cynthia's belongings were recovered. Forensic reports confirmed the presence of sedative substances in her system. The CCTV footage, phone messages, and confessions painted a complete picture of the crime. The court concluded that Cynthia had been lured, drugged, robbed, assaulted, and murdered in cold blood. In March 2017, the Lagos High Court delivered its judgment. The two primary suspects were found guilty of murder and were sentenced to death. The court emphasized that the crime was deliberate, premeditated, and carried out with cruelty. Other individuals connected to the case faced separate charges, though some were acquitted due to insufficient evidence. For Cynthia's family, the ruling brought some measure of justice, though it could never erase the pain of losing her. The case had a lasting impact on the country. It exposed the growing dangers of trusting strangers online and the risks associated with traveling to meet people known only through social media. Cynthia's story became a symbol of caution, widely discussed in schools, homes, and online communities. Parents used her story to warn their children. Young people became more alert about meeting new contacts. News outlets covered the case extensively, and it remained on the minds of many long after the trial ended. Cynthia's death highlighted the importance of digital safety, careful verification of strangers, and personal security during travel. It also demonstrated the role of technology in solving crimes. CCTV cameras, phone tracking, and online messages played major roles in bringing her killers to justice. Even years after her passing, Cynthia's story continues to be a reminder of the hidden dangers that can come from seemingly harmless online interactions. She had dreams, plans, and a future she was working hard to build. Her life was cut short by people who took advantage of her trust. Today, her memory stands as a lesson about caution, awareness, and the importance of protecting oneself in an interconnected world. Her story remains one of the most widely remembered and discussed crime cases in Nigeria, not just because of its tragedy, but because it awakened a nation to the importance of safety in the digital age.